Okay, we'll get this started. My name's Alan Carter. I'm the President's Association. Tonight, we want to say thank you for coming for this occasion. It's a very proud thing to be up here and recognize these gentlemen. Also, tonight, after this, if you'll make your way down, and we'll try and take as many as we can with what we have to drive you down, we'll have cake and refreshments down at our museum tent. And if anybody, we're videotaping this tonight, and you can see that on our website. And if anybody would like to join the club tonight, and you can get all the information down at the trailer, we'll drive to sign you up. We can use all the support we can get. So to get on with the program tonight, Keith Fritz from the Reading Eagle. He's going to be our announcer again tonight. He was with us last year. He does a great job. He's done television for 69 News. He's done radio for WEU from Grandview and Big Diamond. He's been around Reading his whole life also. So he knows a lot about these drivers that are going in. And he's a good friend with all of us. And we appreciate him coming out to do this. So you don't have to put up with me talking all night. So thank you right here for Keith Fritz.
Alan, thank you very much. You know, I come out here every year, or the second year now, and I pull in and people come up and say, hey, thanks for your time. And, you know, this is, I can't even tell you how exciting this is for me to do this. Because, you know, this all started back in 1924 when Grady Gardner took the first checkered flag, and it ended in 1979 when Dave Kelly crossed the finish line for the last time. And that spans some 56 years that the fairgrounds produced weekly races, or at least races, not necessarily weekly every year, but races. And you know, somewhere in between 1924 and 1979, there are a tremendous amount of memories. Good memories, bad memories, sad memories. But for each and every one of you that was either a driver, a mechanic, a pit official from the track, a fan, whatever role you played during that period of time, you are one of those pieces of the puzzle. And for something to span as long as this has, with this kind of attendance and this kind of remembrance, truly is something special. And the Reading Fairgrounds was really something very special. Each and every one of you who've been there and experienced it, you know what we're talking about. You know the feeling. You know exactly what it was all about. And those that weren't there, weren't old enough to attend the races, you stand here or sit here and you listen to people like us, our age group, talking about this magical mystery tour. And it truly was. You know, back then, not only did the fans enjoy the drivers enjoyed the fans just as much as you know, in reverse. The cars, you know, you look at the cars today, and the cars are cars today. You know, they all look alike, all hard to read what in the world they say, funny numbers on them. Back then, the cars had personality. They had just as much personality as the drivers did in the pits. You could see a silhouette of a car, and you could tell it was Johnny Botz's number 2. Because it had a certain look. Chamberlain's number 76. You all knew that. I mean, you didn't even have to see the numbers or the color of the car. Just a silhouette, and you knew who it was. Jimmy Kepley's 59. There's another one. I mean, Kenny Brightbill, the Pinto with the pinch back end. I mean, it's just personality galore. So, you know, we're here tonight, again, reliving the times that we don't ever want to let go. And I don't think we ever will. And when we're all gone, those of us who sat in the grandstands or ran around the track or fixed cars or waved checkered flags or held a fire extinguisher down in one of the turns, when we're all gone, this memory will continue. It may not continue with the same passion, but passion is a hard thing to kill when you have something as sacred as what the fairgrounds was and what we all experienced. So with that, welcome, and let's get the program underway. The first inductee tonight is Gus Freat. And let me tell you a little bit about Gus. And the bio simply says, call him the mechanical magician, or the Bradford brain. But definitely call Gus Freat one of the most successful head mechanics and engine builders to ever wrench a modified stock car. Freat's ability to read track conditions and adjust the car to Jerry Chamberlain's liking was admired and envied by their competitors. Teaming with Chamberlain, they have accounted for over 600 feature wins from the late 50s to the early 80s in various divisions from New York to Virginia. After achieving enormous success on the local bug circuit, they went NASCAR racing in the Sportsman and Grand National Series, and in the mid to late 1960s, and through a shoestring budget, the team took home a respectable 10th place finish in the Rebel 400 at Darlington in 1969. In 1970, Gerald and Gus united with the well-known coroner, Joe Bullock, and as the saying goes, the rest is history. Accounting for 81 feature wins at Reading alone and setting a Reading Fairgrounds record of 31 wins in a single season in 1972, the team captured Sunday night points in 1970, followed with the 71, 72, and 73 Friday night point championship, never finishing lower than 5th in points from 1970 through 1976. Gus was a two-time recipient of the Reading Fairgrounds Mechanic of the Year Award, and the major races won at Reading between Gus and the cars he wrenched was the Daniel Boone 200 in 1971 and 72, the Beeler Kennedy Memorial in 1971 and 72, the Indy 50 in 1972, the Jackie Evans Memorial in 1972. Success at other Eastern Speedways, it didn't stop at Reading. Flemington Point Championship in 1974 and 1976. They won the Eastern States 200 at Middletown, New York in 1973 and 1976, and the Lebanon Valley 200 in 1972 and 73. In the early 1980s, the pair began a new venture in the late model racing, and their winning ways continued, with Gerald behind the wheel, leading to a successful business building late model and semi-late model chassis under the C&F banner. Though retired today, Gus and Gerald remain household names in the eastern United States, and they remain close friends as they sit together here. Ladies and gentlemen, how about welcoming Gus Freat to the stage? Gus? Welcome, Gus. As I'm reading the bio, 72 and 73 was a pretty good year.
Yes, it was.
When you look back and you remember the times at the Reading Fairgrounds and the circuit that you had with Jera, the fairgrounds itself was for you guys, it was kind of a long drive, wasn't it?
150 miles.
One way?
Mm-hmm.
So you came week after week and made history at the Reading Fairgrounds. What to you was, if you can just kind of verbalize, what was different about Reading than some of the other speedways that you went to?
Well, it was fairly well known. Everybody knew about it. Place to go.
When you went to the fairgrounds and after the races, the companionship with the fans, I mean, that was something also very special that you didn't necessarily have at a lot of other tracks.
Yes, it was.
How was Gerald to drive for? I mean, was he temperamental with the car and the setup?
He knew what he was doing.
So the combination of two men that knew what they were doing got the job done.
Yes, it did.
Well, congratulations on your induction into the Hall of Fame. And Alan has a plaque for you here, and it simply states, Home of Champions for outstanding achievements at the Reading Fairgrounds Speedway, presented to Gus Freat, August 8th, 2012. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a hand for Gus Freat? Thank you so much.